It is for Lauren. Yep, Tasha's still here. She said, hey, uh, it
Hey,
is for
Tasha.
Lauren,
Okay, for Lauren.
and she would like to know, let's see, will my boyfriend find a good career? If so, when?
And is this
Mini read.
mini? We're going to do an arrow. We're doing an arrow and trajectory. And we got the Gregory Scott deck. You can see what's going on here. We're starting in the moment of now. We're going forward. Let's see what happens with this. Same deck, second deck. This is the miniature cheapo knockoff that I wrote all over because it made it tricky to see the bottoms on this knockoff, but that's okay. Let's see what's going on. Same deck, Gregory Scott deck. I'm getting something to do with the sevens, the 7 weeks, the 7 weeks. We've got the 7 of Swords coming up right in the middle, and it's coming up twice. It's coming up strong. Right in the middle. There's something he's not seeing he needs to be stealthy about. He needs to cover his ass, be strategic in his thinking, part company from people that are a little bit going to sabotage. This one, if we don't pay attention to what's our priority, we end up doing self-sabotage. This one, he steals the swords out of the camp, and sometimes people see it as deceit or theft or whatever. But Sneaky Pete is living to fight another day. He's doing what he needs to do to take care of himself. So whether some people get it or not, it might be that he's cutting associations that help him to move forward on his own. This is the trajectory going forward. I want to see what's going on this side of the... It's like this is the point of the arrow, and then what are these three doing? Justice is coming in here. Okay. His subconscious is telling him, his conscious is kind of leading him a little bit squirrely right now. The thing that he's focused on is the wrong thing to focus on. Wheel of Fortune is here. Justice is here. King of Wands is in reverse. There's a delay about his inspiration. He needs to be heading towards something else. We've got Justice and Hierophant coming up. This is coming in. It feels like after 7 weeks, he's going to be more clear. And it feels like until about the next month, he's still going to be trying to maybe play both sides or placate someone that he doesn't need to placate right now. High Priestess is saying, yeah, you need to give this at least 2 months. Now, High Priestess usually gives a time frame and it's for a spiritual thing, but we asked about a job. The 7 weeks came in so strongly, and by the end of the second month, things are going to be much more clear. This is the Page of Cups, and he usually has the fish in here. Usually you get the stinky fish, and it's stinky tea. It's like the necessary elixir, but something of more substance is missing right there from that card specifically in that deck. The substantial thing should be coming in soon. There's going to be something that needs to be more teamwork than he's capable of seeing, and he's at this crossroads right here. The teamwork, and he needs a new team. It's like if you have the Chariot and it was a mismatch, you have the Glue Factory horse, and then you have the Thoroughbred, and he's hanging out with Glue Factory type folks. I don't know how to put that any plainer. There's somebody that's in his orbit that has him thinking small about what he's capable of, what he's capable of doing, keeps him kind of locked in. That's his own ideas of limitations are keeping him locked in. Encourage him to think a little bit bigger and broader. It will take a little bit of time. One of the ways we can encourage people is by asking questions rather than telling. By asking, well, have you ever thought of this? Or, you know, you seem to do this a lot. It's a pretty great gift. It's a pretty great talent. Have you ever thought of doing something more up that street? And what if you could do that? Instead of saying, yeah, you need to ditch these loser friends that you're hanging with or whatever. No. Who else would get you excited? How do you feel when you're around this? This is exploratory questions that the Empress could ask in a way. It's like when our moms tell us to do something or when they ask us what we want to do. That's what he needs to be asked, what he wants to do. And then he needs to look at, does he really feel like moving forward? Does he really feel like he's ready to take it on? Because he can if he wants, but he's going to have to leave the battlefield and somebody else is going to be defeated. I think he has to part company with somebody, and I don't think he loves that idea. I think he's witnessed and observed and seen that idea already. He's already seen that that's the necessary thing. Anything else to clarify? I'm getting 2 months. This is going to be a lot more clear to him. 7 weeks is going to be when it's really the point of pain. And this first month is going to be challenging. This first month, he's not going to want to go in a different direction. He's not going to want to be out of his comfort zone. I don't know what that is. And he might consciously think he's trying to do that. But he needs to be more stealthy for his own behalf and not self-sabotage. Yeah, he needs to rethink from a whole different perspective. And there is a little bit of pause going on. A little bit of pause when you see the Hanged Man. It's a willing sacrifice that he has to make. He might miss some of his friends that are happy to keep him in his comfort zone. Not because they're trying to keep him down, but maybe their ambitions aren't as big as his. And he doesn't want to leave his friends, so he'd rather have his friends than the ambitious next step. That's what it feels like. That's what I've got. That's complete. Wow, that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous. Give him the room to explore his own thoughts. If you try and boss him by way of motherly empress bossing, even if you can see the brick wall, he might need to run into it, bonk his own head, and be like, shit, that wasn't very good for me. Brr. It might need to be that. That's what I got.
Woo, okay.
Yeah. Wild. Wild, wild. Wild West. Yeah. And this is a Gregory Scott tarot, and I love it. But on these ones, you can see the bottom they did in gray. And I don't have my bifocals on these. I took the bifocals out of my glasses, and I regret it using... I've got to get me some newer glasses, because I went just without the bifocals, and much more irritating to not have the bifocals. And in this deck, it's black, so it's not gray, and you can see it pops. So, but this is like the original, and this is like cheap knockoffs.
It's funny when Angie's wearing her contacts, how she can't do the lower the glasses, obviously.
It's a mess. Like this eye has astigmatism really bad, and this eye I can see clearly, so it's like this one's doing all the work of the details. This one, it's just kind of like getting what's going on, but yeah, when I wear my contacts, it's a little bit different, so I gotta go see the eye doctor again.
All right, Lauren said, wow, thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. You are welcome. Good luck on that. Good luck, and be patient. It's not going to be the end of the world. It's just a learning.
Oh, and Lauren's asking, could you clarify what you meant by stealthy?
Yeah, when we see Sneaky Pete, in the original deck, Sneaky Pete leaves the camp, and the people in the camp are preparing for a battle, preparing for war. Sneaky Pete has that funny hat and kind of looking back and taking 5 swords with him, and he's got 2 standing. He knows if he takes those 5 swords, he's got plenty to sell or plenty to get out of. And the guys in the camp, it looks like they're kind of like oblivious. They might stay there for the battle next day and not know that he's taken their swords. He might be trying to pull a move that not only saves his life, but also saves his companions. He's being stealthy. He's being strategic, wise. He's creating maneuvers that are better for his best interest. And that's not such a wrong thing, but people might not understand it. So you have to plan accordingly. Sometimes doing what's best for yourself is not the thing that you want to do. You want to please people or placate people. If he wanted to be there with his buddies, he could be back in the camp and be like, yeah, I'll fight with you, end up dead the next day, right? So it's being stealthy, but they call it Sneaky Pete the Thief because it's either somebody's going to sabotage you because you're not protecting your priorities, or you're going to have to learn to protect your priorities and put yourself in a way that not everybody's going to love. So that's what that's about. So that's why I call that card that. But that's what it's about. And sometimes people call it the thief or the robber because he is stealing away from camp with 5 swords. He doesn't leave them totally unarmed, but they'd have to run the other direction, grab the sword, and it might be that they think about that again a little bit differently.
All right, she put, okay, got it, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, I saw that Brandy is here and Steph is here.
Hey!
All right, the gang is now
The gang is all here. Gang is all here.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, we do have we have 3 reads. We have Shailene, then we have Chad.
Okay. All right, Chad.
And Kristen.
Okay.
Okay, so this is for Shailene.
Okay, Shailene.
Let's see. An Angie special with focus on spiritual path.
We'll go to the spiritual tarot and we're going to the Rebel Witch tarot. Very, very different vibes. Let's see the spiritual lesson and gifts that are coming in for Shailene. I want 3 ahead. We're going to go 3 in the arc of the halo. 3 spiritual gifts you should be looking at very strongly. I'm getting the image of the Ankh coming through. So we've got the difference between the Ankh and the cross, and some of the differences that in religious context is the feminine versus the sacrifice of the masculine versus receptivity to the divine masculine and feminine working together in the Ankh versus martyrdom in the cross. Whatever your religion isn't so relevant as the idea of understanding the divine feminine is here, the spiritual gifts are here, and the divine masculine and feminine should be working together in a more fluid way. This is why I'm getting the Ankh. Okay, what do we got here? This is really tricky. Tricky for you. The spiritual gift is recognizing a loss that you've had or what felt like a betrayal or a wounding of the heart and looking at that as part of the lesson for your growth. I don't love that for anyone because it's so difficult. You didn't get an easy spiritual path to walk, but when you honor what that is, and rather than having that betrayal be painful, have what feels like the betrayal, whether it's your own behavior or someone else's, have that be a teacher of a lesson for you. Then it enables you to walk away from the grief, the sorrow, and the loss that truly happened. Acknowledging and understanding that what was going on in the situation, we're all always trying to do our best. Nobody sets about, well, most of us Don't set about the day, and whose day can I fuck up today? Who can I mess with today? Most of us don't go about life that way. And it feels like this is something that there has been misunderstanding in the past. You need to see who you were, the box that was not meant for you to be in, that is too small. When you outgrow it and you see something as betrayal, something as hurt, you can keep that pain and carry that pain with you for a long time and be stuck this way, or you can let go of it and actually move on, which is the lesson here. And there's many betrayals over time. It may be that you are different from the people that are around you, be it the fam or friends or whatever situation. There's a difference, and the difference can be accepted and allowed and fine, and you don't have to carry the pain, the hurt, or the anger in a certain situation in order to move forward. When you realize that these swords and this pain helps forge the person that you are today, that's part of the gift of this shadow lesson that lets you move forward. Whether you feel like you are the victim in this situation, or whether this is self-sabotage you've done to yourself, you can step through, move through, and let go and move on. This is showing you, even though this is the end here, there is the bright day coming forward. Anything else? Let's put this in the center of the Ankh here. Then we'll go down with the Rebel Witches. That's a tricky lesson, honey. Ooh, okay. This Empress, honey, be careful when you show this Empress. It's like she's about to deliver, new birth, new. You're going to have to put your thumb right in front of that because that's just a little too damn much. But this is a very pregnant Empress. Like her belly is full and ready to deliver. This is abundance, fruition. Is the pains of labor that come as far as when this time happens. I'm going to put this here because I really don't want TikTok to have fits. When those pains of labor come, usually the other side of it you get through and you're just fine. And there's a huge abundance that comes after that. And understanding what you can create, understanding the power you have to get through, to move through this is huge. All right, Rebel Witch deck. Let's see what else we got. This is really about spiritual lessons on the shadow side. Walking the shadow side, there's a resistance to a block. It's like a stubbornness. You might be 1,000% right about a situation, but as long as you carry the anger and continue carrying the anger, who gives a rip if you're right about a situation? You don't have to prove that point anymore. It doesn't do you any good to stay stuck in rightness and focused on the past. No, if you want to move forward, you need to allow that anger to let go. They say it's not the bite of the snake that kills you, it's the venom circulating through the system. So it's not the initial pain that caused the wounding that is more damaging. It's letting something be unforgiven because you were right. So you were right. Maybe this other person is never going to get that, but you holding and harboring grievance towards this past situation, whatever this hurt was, or towards your role in it or how it played out, whatever that might be. Think about the venom analogy. You don't need to have that venom running through your system. Let it go. Move on from the past. Let it go. There is bigger things. It helped forge you to who you are now. None of us have the time machine to travel backwards, but we certainly don't have to keep putting roadblocks in front of our future by focusing on that. Let's see what's going forward. The Empress wants that birthing to come through. I'm going to see what's coming up over the top of the Empress. Oh, of course she does. Look. Look, okay. You can see that Empress. See the belly, whatever, and the Fool. Show them both. The Fool's coming through there. Big time. The Fool, the Mage, the Empress. These have been shuffled and shuffled. 6 of Cups. It's like you need the lessons right off the top. These have been shuffled and shuffled and shuffled and played with and shuffled. They're the Rebel Witch. You are getting this core curriculum of the first beginning of the Arcana. You get the Fool. You get usually the High Priestess. You've already got that in the bag. You've already got that here. It's one of your lessons to revisit. Revisit your own power with the Magician, and then let something else come through. Here's the second Empress coming through. You have the magic and the ability to do this. Show her those. You have the ability to move in the modern world in a modern way. 6 of Cups does not serve you. It's happy, it's friendship, it's lightheartedness, but then it's also the sugar-coated shit sandwich, and you don't need to do that. You don't overcredit somebody that has taken from you. You don't overlinger or expect them to operate differently than they do. Some people don't have capacity to be other than asshole. Some people are born an asshole, die an asshole. That's their role in your world for this life. It doesn't mean you have to be stuck on whether they're this or that to you. No, if their capacity is their capacity, quit expecting them to grow up or to bring an apology or to evolve, and quit letting your lack of wanting to move forward be a stumbling block because you are waiting for them to either apology or own up or say they have their role. They're not going to do that. So you get to forgive for your own self to move forward. This is coming through big, big, big. This is the 6 of Cups here. And look, There's a sadness of this, a sadness of grieving of what could have been in those days. Sometimes some of us get a little bit of what I would call a ripoff. We feel gypped. We feel like shortchanged from our childhood, our past relationships, our parents, whatever. But if you're stuck in this feeling of shortchanged, then you're always going to feel in deficit, in lack, like you're not getting your share. When the time comes that you're ready to move on and say, it was what it was, not it is what it is, then you can move forward and create new power going forward. The Eight of Wands, things are trying to line up. There is something happening in the next 2 months that's huge. And the Eight of Pentacles, this is huge. The ducks in a row are being lined up and things are going to start speeding up. And the work that you're doing to get through it, through this shadowism, is huge. Be anxiously engaged in what keeps you present. There is the Mean Girls energy, the snipe and gripe, I call it, where people have different agendas, different lessons. If you think of this from the spiritual context, people, of course, have different curriculums. We don't all come to Earth with the same curriculum, even if we land in the same family, even if we land in the same classes or schools or jobs, even if we're in the same proximity. Twins that are born to the planet, shared experience before they're here, twins go through life. Are they really having the same curriculum? No, individual people. So this is very much, you need to understand, your curriculum is different from whatever this was, and these different agendas are not meant to hijack yours. Get back on the path of what is true to your heart. Yes. Okay. Ace of Wands coming through. Lucy is like, whatever is true to your heart, whatever is your true ambition, your soul's ambition, whatever delights your soul, lights your fire. This is family and also work card, inspiration, new business, new job, new opportunities. You have to grab this. This is like grabbing the pen or grabbing whatever it is that's the lesson. If you want it, be proactive for yourself. Grab it for yourself. Whatever has come before, who cares? Who cares? That is only what has gotten you to be who the person you are now. The person you are now is perfect for this now moment. You also have to go towards your future. You can't do that by forever being this. Like, who wants to see this? Absolutely no one. You have to face forward, ready to move forward. You have the power and the ability to do this. Don't let this nonsense from the past or their agendas or their plans or their curriculum being different from yours block your flow anymore. If you want to flow, you stay in alignment with yourself. This could equally come through Ace of Swords, but also Ace of Wands is coming through strong. This says Ace of Swords on it. I've been telling you Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands, Ace of Wands. And I just said this could also come through Ace of Swords. I looked down. It is the fucking Ace of Swords. It's you being true to yourself. It's being true to your own ambition, your own desire. What's in integrity for you rather than being in the older version of you. The old version of you as defined by others is not who you are. You are ready to birth this new version of yourself, and it is like you are birthing yourself, this newer version. And you are ready. That belly was full. That Empress is here. There's abundance to be created by letting go of sorrow, grief, grievance, and whatever was unfair or unjust. Let karma do that job. You do the work of evolving. This is important for you. Keep yourself in integrity with yourself and let the rest of the fracas or the nostalgia or what wasn't, let that go. Anything else you need to know? Lucy's moving her glasses again, and when Lucy moves her spectacles, it's very much telling me look through a different lens, look through a different lens. She's bringing those together. She has spectacles that go like this or go like this. Look closer. I've talked about how my glasses are kind of screwy lately. Your lenses aren't quite right, but they're getting there. It's like, yeah, they're getting there. You have the magic all along. You've had it all along. You didn't need to be defined by them, but you allowed some of this definition to happen so you could have something to buck against, to outgrow. You're bigger than the box they ever wanted you to be in, and whether they get it or get you or not, you don't have to worry about. It's none of your damn business if they understand you or not, or if they get you. They don't have to think like you, be like you, or even, you just need to get you and hold true to yourself. That's complete.
Woo!
Yeah. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous reading. And this is the Spiritual Tarot, and this is the Rebel Witch Tarot.
Kim is asking, this is Kim's daughter-in-law.
Okay.
Can she touch on her spiritual gifts? Kim's asking.
Yeah, this is the spiritual tarot, and I look in here. The first thing is the gift of understanding, the gift of seeing differently, the gift of looking at the lenses differently. This will open up third eye and claircognizance. Let's see what else is going on here. And then we're going to go to another deck. The Four of Swords. You have to retreat from the chaos of the external in order to see. If you see this normally, you see the coffin, you see the person laying in the quiet retreat. We're going to go to this other one. Where's the purpose? Where's the gold? Hang on. Now this deck sometimes comes up in an unusual way. When you clear some of this other, you're going to get this sense of your claircogs coming in. It very much, show her this one again. In the astral, you can travel the astral if you allow. Travel the astral, enter the Akashic field, yeah? There are people that are wanting you to be in that and traveling it more. If you can clear your debris, for lack of better terms, this is not me judging, we all have debris, distraction. If you can clear the debris and distraction, you can enter the field a little bit more clearly. There will be an ability for you to do dream interpretation. It will be more challenging for you to understand your own dreams because we're biased, you know, we are limited in our own perspective. But dream interpretation is one of your gifts. Traveling the Akash is one of your gifts. Now let's see what else is going. This is a Dream Virtue deck, and it's 50-50 good, but on this particular one, sometimes it is good. Let's see what we got here. Time to decide. Make a decision based on what your heart's true desires are. The support your life purpose wants to fully support you. That's these guys here. And what's the third? Justice. It says your career brings fairness and protection to others who need your help. And what I'm telling you is it's not like you're going to be a superstar lawyer from Matlock TV or Perry Mason or whatever. You will see injustice. You will know what that needs to be. People, if they dream of a certain thing, you will be able to help them decipher how to balance scales. You'll do it in a way that's different. This is inherent in you. To advocate is one of your spiritual gifts. People might not think of spiritual gifts as the gift of gab or the gift of listening ear or the gift of anything more. They might think healing, or, you know, these kind of things. Yours is as far as dream interpretation. And when people tell you I had a dream, blah, 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 they might miss the biggest point that's super obvious. This is something you're going to be able to do. You're going to be able to go through the Akash. There's a discernment that needs to be there. There's an advocacy that needs to be there. Walk away from the situation in order to resolve it. So whatever is vexing you, you have to be bigger than the fuckwittery around you. I don't know how to put that nicely and plainly. You need to let go of the emotional part and let the spiritual truth reside in your heart. Let the spiritual truth come through a little stronger. Anything else? You're going to laugh your socks off, but you need to be carrying some rocks. There will be certain rocks that you are drawn to. This is the gift of crystals. My daughter speaks rock. My daughter speaks crystals. Certain crystals will make her like woozy, woozy, woozy. This is a time I would get for whatever is gets you grounded. I would get some, I think it's called jet or obsidian, very, very black stones. And then I'd get some root stones like the red carnelian, red jasper, anything like that. I get black and red stones. Hang on. We're going to, Les Mis is now going off in my ears. The red, the black, the warring. Get the red and black stones. Get the black stones to keep you grounded. The red to make you feel more like you've got things handled. Less fear. Less fear. You feel safer, more rooted, more grounded. This is something that's important to you. It's why it's tricky for you, but you do need to move on from something in order to open up this dream space. The claircogs will want to be there. These two will want to be there, helping you decipher what is knowledge to help you balance things clearly. But I get the rocks. I get the rocks, and I get what helps you. The crystals that will help you, the stones that will help you, will be gifts to you. You'll
I just bought Tiger Eyes Saturday.
Right on. Yeah. You know. And whether you're throwing that in your bra, whether it's on the stones that you have, whether it's something you have on your altar, whatever it is, I would keep one with you. I would keep one. I'd be packing it in the vault here. I'd be packing it in the bra, whatever it is. I would do that just because it helps you keep connected. I would have it handy with you. That's just all there is to it. That's how I would do it. You do it how you think to do it. There is a karmic rebalancing going on. Decisions have been made on this. If you want the spiritual gifts, you have to let go of what you thought was security. You have to let go of anything that was preconceived. Let go of the nostalgia, the rose-colored glasses about a certain situation. You have to let go of that in order to move forward. Let these two come in. Not these two worker bees. These two is what's coming in here. They want to help. This is how it is. They want to help, but you need to give yourself clarity of mind first. Yeah. That's what I've got. That feels complete. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but that's what's coming through. Yeah, that's big. That's big. So,
okay. Wow.
yeah. Yeah, and the time to decide, I think that decision has already been made. If the time to say goodbye, time to grow, time to allow yourself to grow, time to allow yourself to evolve, time to move on, that big 10 of swords that we saw right across the top. Yeah. Balancing the divine feminine and masculine within yourself is what has to happen first, rather than yielding to what you view as the masculine. You have to balance those, and the divine feminine is actually stronger. Don't play martyr for anyone. They're not more important. Their happiness is not more important than yours. Your happiness and your truth must be honored first. Oh, okay, enough sermon.
Okay.
Enough preaching. Sorry.
And Kim put, thanks, Angie.
You're welcome. You are so welcome.
And Shailene said, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss Angie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, watch that dream space after you get your mind clear. And if there's certain music that you like, whether it's harps or gongs or singing bowls or ABBA, doesn't matter. Whatever it is that gets you to kind of shift gears emotionally so you're not in drama, that's a good hack for ourselves to always, music is here for a reason, and we are all vibration. Everything in the universe is vibration. So when we remember to use vibration to our advantage, it's a really smart play, but we forget. We think, oh, it's just music. Oh, it's just songs I like, or oh, I just like that sound. But when it hits, it really hits, and it can be cathartic.
Okie doke.
Okie doke.
Alrighty, we have Chad, then we have Kristen, we have Brandy, and then Sandra. Kristen, I need your question when you get a chance. If you could put that, if I missed it, sorry.
Okay.
You are on deck. Shailene put, I've actually been listening to healing frequencies while I sleep.
Excellent. Okay, so if you want to try something interesting, and she doesn't even know I exist, but her name is Meilan or Mylan. It's M-A-I or M-E-I and then L-A-N, and she does singing bowls. And if you look to her older stuff where she's not singing with anyone else, some of it really can be very, very potent and powerful. And the one that's coming to mind is she's wearing white, she's beautiful, and she's sitting down playing her singing bowl. She has like this long, dark, flowing hair, and she's playing these singing bowls, but it's her voice that actually is so good. And it's just interesting notes, interesting frequencies, and if you just let that carry you for a little bit, let it wrap around you like a comfort blanket, it's beautiful. And if you find it, and if it resonates, it will. And if not, pass it on to someone that'll resonate. If you've got better tunes and better stuff that works better for you, do it. Let music be the blanket for right now.
Okie doke.
Okie doke.
All right, so we have Chad.
Okay.
On deck, Kristen, then Brandy,
Okay.
then Sandra.
All
Okay,
right.
Chad is a mini read. General Samhain, season reading, please.
Okay. All right. Witchy Woo season.
Shailene put, yes, ma'am, thank you.
Okay. I wanted my Cozy Witch if I can find. Cozy Witch. There she is. This is the Cozy. Wow. I really, really didn't think we were going there. Haunted house. And then we're going to go into the Garden Witch. We might go into both of these. Even though I have two of these and I have three of these, I have one of these. This is what we're going through first. So this is what you're working on. Samhain asks us to release some of our fears, asks us to celebrate harvest, asks us to celebrate ancestral connections. Yeah. Again, we're getting this smoke and fire. Elements of Gogs wants to come through for you. Always, Chad. Always, always. You need to rest. I would rest with a candle in the room. This doesn't even say this. Just give me a minute. Rest the mind. Rest with the candle in the room. Let the scent of the smoke, be it a lavender candle or I don't care if it smells like Old Spice, whatever it is, the candle in the room needs to be allowed to carry you. You need to rest more. There is something about the hibernating and rest more. It is a time, yes, of harvesting, but sometimes the busyness is over busy, and sometimes we forget and we get in our heads too much. You need to rest. This Nine of Swords is just anxiety and stress. But what's coming through on that is the need to rest. I'm not even sure what that says on the bottom of the card. I haven't read it yet. What does it say, honey?
We all get a bit carried away with our worries sometimes.
Yeah. Let that go. Let the smoke of the candle be in the room. Let it bring you rest. And then what else are we getting? Coming through here. The Three of Wands. There is a little bit of impatience. You're waiting for the ships to come in and waiting to do something else. This says, put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or another. And I'm saying, okay, put yourself out there isn't you contacting the other people in this realm. It's contacting, put yourself out there, reach out to the ancestors, reach out to the astral, reach out to the unseen. There's a way of honoring that. Whether you're reaching to gods or your spirit guides or anybody else, reach out to the unseen. Reach out a little bit more to that. Allow them to be there when you rest, particularly when you clear the mind, allow them to come through. We're going to the haunted house, and this has come through, what this is coming through as, it plays with the haunted house that we would all know from Hollywood, that kind of thing. But it also is one that sometimes brings up fear in a very character movie-esque kind of way, cinematic kind of way. Run the movie. Okay. Gox is interested in this. He's got his pipe, he's smoking. He can't wait to see the cards come up here. I'm surprised. This deck has never been associated with him before. He likes this deck. He likes the idea of movies and cinematic stuff. Run the movie. Okay, got it. Really interesting. All right. Time to pause and slow down with the Hanged Man. It's showing it like this. It's very, very almost Poe, very bricked wall. The bare bones of a situation need acknowledged, but re-acknowledge what it is that's coming in. You need some time where you're just kicking it and chilling. And you've got this Four of Swords here. It's the 9 here. It's coming in with the instruction of the 4. Rest, rest, retreat, rest. And reach out on the astral to something else. You've studied how to do this. Well, Gox is standing up and taking note here. This is something you can travel the astral, but you can do it like as if you were to get into a car. Like whether this is an old stupid Chevelle or Nova or old 60s type of car, you can travel the astral in car. You don't just walk the astral. You can travel in this way. It shows that you have speed, the ability. If you visualize yourself getting into your favorite car and traveling the astral, you can go in a lot of places a lot quicker than what you would think. You like to drive and you have a buddy that would like to drive with you in the astral. It may not be Gox, but Gox is really interested in that old car. I don't know my old classic cars. Bill knows them well enough. I have no idea. But I'm getting all those muscle car era cars coming through. And Gox is looking at them. He likes them. Yeah. You're making room for another passenger in the astral travel that you're doing. That's wild. This is not usually what this is. This is not usually what this is at all. Usually this is like about the 4 of coins and greed. This comes through like a steering wheel, dude. Don't be afraid to travel the astral. Don't be afraid of what your imagination wants to bring you forward or towards, and quit doubting it. Quit doubting it. Quit letting your limited thoughts be all there is. We know so little about anything. We're just on the little blue marble, right? We're here. There's so much going on. Worlds within worlds here. And we're one little weeny little planet in the galaxy. It's so much bigger than that. It's so much bigger. Yeah. You're meant to be steering. I don't even know how to put that any clearer. Yeah. Think about old muscle cars. This is how you travel the astral in a more interesting way. It lets your imagination play, and it takes this, slaps the serious off that shit, is what it does. It's like if you're singing too pretty, you need to slap the pretty off it to get that gravelly tone, a raspy tone, or a southern rock sound. You slap the pretty off of it, right? You need to slap the serious off of the astral travels. Get your mind on what you think it's going to come through. Not everything, when we have spirit guides come through, do they all show up with the big angel wings. If you think of Travolta in the show Michael, he played that angel, but he was like a little bit of an irreverent version of Michael. Yeah, there needs to be a little bit of irreverence coming through when you travel this. It's very beautiful and interesting. You're ready to go. You're ready to go. There is passenger ready to go with you. Ready to go, ready to go. It's like time to go. I don't know if passenger is going to be depicted as in this card, but this one looks like she's coming down the stairs for homecoming, prom, whatever. She's ready to go. All you have to do is get your car and pick her up, right? Whether this is a dude or another person, a friend, old family member, I don't know. And you might have more than one passenger, but passengers are ready. When are you going to show up? That's interesting. Okay. What else? What else does Chad need to know? I feel like we've got off track, but I don't care. It's what's coming through. I'm getting out of the way. What does Chad need to know? Sam Hain season. Don't put off doing what you need to do. Those wings look a little different. Which one are you feeding? Are you feeding the hellhound or the dog, the pooch? The devil's in the house. It's like this locked thinking. You've got this here, locked thinking here, this devil here. This old archaic thinking needs to be outdone. I'm telling you, you need to get in whatever that stupid muscle car is in your astral space, in your meditation time, whatever you want to call it. Allow that to carry you. Allow somebody to go with you. Allow yourself to drive. And it seems you're going to be, like, you could be driving, and you're not driving necessarily just the regular roads that you would see here. You're driving different pit stops. Queen of Cups is coming through. If you think you would drive in the car and have Gogs with you, and you think that for 1 minute Nell wouldn't be in that car with you, you're nuts. The Queen of Cups would be there. This is older Nell popping up in your read when Gogs is like interested in the cars. She'll ride shotgun in the back, kind of quietly giggling, just watching. She's not going to boss. Very interesting. All right. What else? Honor the letting go and the howling at the moon and the hellhound that needs to let go and howl at the moon in Sam Hain. Honor that, but make room for something new. A goofy puppy can be as strong and spirited and ambitious and insistent. A goofy puppy can be equally insistent as that. And I think cute little beagle puppy or Saint Bernard puppy as a hellhound. And because they are willing and so excited about life and very much the fool, they go into it. The hellhound has no power. They're not scared of a hellhound. They're just going to yip yip bark bark it on their way. There's a rebalancing of something that feels uncertain to you coming through. This King of Cups. Yeah. Nell and Gogs would encourage this metaphor. They would both encourage this metaphor. They're both here. There's something that's unstable that needs rebalance. Don't push too hard. Allow yourself to enter into this dream space. I've given you enough clues that you should know exactly the car. I might not know it, but you should know exactly the car that you'll be driving, the Astral, the Akash, with them on. What else? This is a very interesting window of time. It opens up in a new way. You might not get this vibrancy and vividness other than when there is, autumn equinox, Samhain, all those kinds of things going on. You're not going to get it so vivid. And it might not be as important at other times. You get caught back in the daily grind between, now and the next month or so or whatever. But there is this important if you can set some time aside. Yeah. Slap the pretty off it. Slap the serious off it. Move on to something a little different. The way you think the vision is going to need to be is different. Wow. Slap the pretty off of it. Allow yourself to see. It's not going to be scary or anything, but it's not going to be... Gogs likes the cinema and likes the cinema movies. If you think of Mad Max, if you think of, like, Phil and I were watching, what is that? Doctor Strange and the portals, and how they open the multiverse and different portals and things like that. It's more along those lines than what would be like Earth School Cinema pretty and blah, blah, blah. But you do need your Earth vehicle to carry you in a faster rate. It makes you comfortable to have that car. I don't know why. The Star and Temperance. There's going to be feminines that are coming in. Think of Persephone. Think of Demeter. Think of Hecate. Think of Inanna. Think of Sophia. Think of the goddesses that want to visit. No wonder you're getting girl here. They aren't all girl influences, but yeah. It's like you could go and visit the goddesses and have conversations with them. Have them hop in the car like, when we see, what is that guy that does the songs in the cars? What is that guy? I don't know. He's in our time, in our life, in our earth. He does the songs with the cars and does the celebrity singer and he drives the car.
Oh,
Kind of a chubby English fellow. Whatever his name is. You guys know. You know. He does this like in the cab they're singing or in the car they're singing. This is what it is for you and the goddesses. You could pop up, beep, beep, goddess comes out. So you're not getting Celine Dion in the car. You're not getting Dolly in the car. You're getting Hecate or Inanna or Sophia or any of the goddesses. Or maybe some of the gods.
Jimmy
But-
Kimmel.
No, it's not him.
Corden.
Corden. That's
Chad
that's,
put it. Chad
that's
put
the guy. Yeah, you know. You're like the Corden. Yeah, and you'll invite the goddess or invite the ancestor, invite whoever through. And you're going to ride and you're going to have this experience that's very specific for you and your muscle car and your musical car, whatever that is. I don't know why I can't think straight. I've seen this guy a billion times. I love that he's coming through in this way. Gog's laughing his socks off. He's laughing his socks off at me right now. He thinks it's great, but he knows that I've got the message through to you and you know what I'm talking about. He knows this is what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be the Corden right now in your muscle car doing this, honoring the gifts, and let the smoke take you, let the smoke carry you, and get whatever that muscle. What's the muscle car? Ask Chad what the muscle car is that he knows.
You heard Chad.
What's the muscle car? I'm dying. I don't know my muscle cars well enough, but later Phil can show me. So I don't know what it is for you, but that's what's coming through. And yeah, there's two in specific of the feminine that want to go, and you've got Gogs and Nell. Nell's in the back seat laughing. Yeah, that's what's going on. Ha!
Pegasus.
I don't know what a Pegasus car is.
Chad's not into muscle cars. Kim put.
Yes, you are. Gogs is saying yes, you are. Fuck, I'll take
But
the
Mustang's
Mustangs.
coming through a couple times.
Mustangs are what I love to do in, but I'm getting it's not as good looking to me. My brother had this old Chevelle or the Novas or the Darts, that era, that looking kind of car. It might be that you need something a little bit ugly and a little bit growly, and that might be why Gogs is liking that car. It's like, oh,
Chad put, all I know about cars is you have to air up the tires.
No, you're going to have to find a muscle car that you can travel in. This is your homework assignment. Find the muscle car that you can drive in and have Nell in the back seat, Gogs kind of here. Gogs will pull someone in, and one of the goddesses will come in and ride with you, and you're going to be the Corden.
Kim put, he wouldn't know a Chevelle from a Chevette.
I wouldn't know a Chevelle from a Chevette. I only know that my brother had one that was like 3-tone, white rust and primer.
See, you put, now Mama had an El Camino. There you go.
Whatever it is, you'll know better than me. You'll know when you see it. It'll be like, that's ugly and interesting in the same kind of breath, you know?
Fucking badass car. Come on.
It's a confused
It's
car.
confused. There's Angie's
I
word.
don't like the El
confused.
Caminos in
It
this
doesn't know if it's a car or a truck. It's a truck.
Is it?
It has a bed.
So does my bedroom. Is it a car?
Oh,
Is it a truck? Come on. Let's not go down this street. We'll just give him honorary birds for Phil. There we go. Yeah, you don't have to get an El Camino. You don't have to get a Chevelle. You have to get the car, and it may not even look like an Earth car, but I think it looks like an Earth car. And muscle cars is the era. It might extend a little bit either side of that. You'll know.
Kim put, you can't pull a horse trailer with it.
You can't pull off a good date with that. Not for a lot of things. Not for a lot of things.
Thank you, Angie. So I survived Samhain.
You absolutely survive Samhain, but you need to rest and you need to travel with the goddesses. That's what I get. That's what I get. So, but the rest and being on the astral is important to you right now. And it I think, helps bridge something between this world and what comes later. I think that's what's going on. You're not in like the car that's floating out in space either, but that's a good analogy. This is not a modern car, but that's a good analogy. Gogs likes that too.
Chad said thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Good luck. And much love, and thank you for asking. Yeah, have Gogs ride shotgun with you, and then he can hop the back seat with Nell, and the goddesses can come in and steer you around the galaxy.
Kim put, I mean, you could, but as my dad always says, can you stop it? It's a good question.
I don't know.
All right, I think I saw Alta here.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Alta's here.
Maybe. All right, let me get some water. Yeah, that was an interesting
Okay.
one. And an interesting combination of decks. I was like, okay. I was surprised with that.
All right, next up is Kristen.
Mm-hmm.
And Kristen is a full read. Is it going to benefit my family to stay where we are? I feel we are waiting in misery for nothing.
Does it
Brandy,
benefit
you're on
your
deck.
family to stay where you are? Does it benefit your family to stay where you are? Yes, it does, but it feels like this is the misery right here. There's a Two of Cups. There's something being perfectly planned, perfectly set up for the happy family plus one, happy ever after. But this particular time, this is what you're feeling right now. Yes, the benefit is there for a little while. You are learning resilience. You're learning how to defend, how to hold your place. You're weary of it is what's coming through. You're overwhelmed and sick of it and fed up and impatient. That's what's coming through. I mean, look at this guy. He's not excited to be standing guard right there, but he will stand guard there for a little bit more. A little bit more. Something else external to the sides are being lined up. Let's go to both sides. What's flanking? The death of one way of doing, the death of an old thing, something you've outgrown. I'm ready to take on the battle, but you don't need the battle of a strong man. This is, you don't need to set yourself up into some situation that's a temporary band-aid situation that doesn't serve. This is witness, observe, really know what it is you want that brings the happiness. Really observe the details in a different kind of way. Don't anxiously talk yourself into something that doesn't serve. The Emperor and the Fool. Now there's a reckoning. All right. Here's some of the lesson coming through. The Emperor, to provide and protect the realm, right? He has to rebel against what is the status quo, what is the normal, and take control of a situation. The Fool has to trust the timing, trust the universe has this, have divine timing. The Fool runs into the Emperor. The Emperor thinks he's a silly little flibberty gibbet nitwit. Like, who is this dumbass kid coming around, lighthearted, blah, 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 blah. It needs to be structured and ordered. And the Fool's like, I'll follow where the universe leads, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to pack. I don't need to be prepared. Control freak, Fool freak, right? This is a trusting the universe to catch you when the Emperor wants to control. Yeah, you have to stay put a little bit. It's what it feels like you're staying put. But the Fool is getting ready to go traveling. The Emperor just wants to control the situation a little bit more. Now let's see what's going on when we go bottom line across here. 5. What's going on? It doesn't feel like it's going to be that long, even though every day might feel like a million days. It doesn't feel like it's going to be that long. Be patient. I know you don't want to be patient. I hate being patient myself. I really hate it. Be patient. Be patient. There is something that is in the works that is being planned, a new opportunity that's going to bring riches. The universe trying to gift you something, balance you something. The Nine of Cups coming in, the wish fulfilled, the going towards, traveling, coming up. You're not going to stay forever long, but it feels forever long right now. And then this coming through again, the happy family plus one. It doesn't feel like you're waiting forever. It feels like soon there will be shift. It's not going to feel soon enough. Yesterday would have been soon enough for you, or 3 yesterdays ago, or a month ago. This waiting is what's about killing you. Trust the universe has you. Step forward into the new situation. You don't have to be foolhardy or foolish, but you don't have to micromanage it either. Anything else? 4 of Cups. Okay. Look at the guy at the table. He's refusing to see a certain offer because he wants it, what he wants, and he's not seeing the big offer. Look at the guy at the end of the table. That is you. That is you in the now moment. Something will be coming offered. The universe is setting up a divine offering, a good divine offering.
My husband is waiting for inheritance, but I don't think there will be any, and we wait for nothing.
Don't wait forever for your inheritance. No. Be resilient, make your own plan, and when the inheritance comes, then that's great. And you can always modify the plan again after the inheritance, as tedious as that is. Don't let it be contingent upon that. No. You're going to have to take a leap of faith. That's flat obvious, and it will make you happy to do so. Don't refuse the good gift that is the leap of faith. And I would not wait on the inheritance. I would not. Is there anything else she needs to know about that, waiting on the inheritance or not? It's going to sabotage yourself to do this. This is the 7 of Swords. This is Sneaky Pete the Thief that we've talked about. I was trying to pull that card and show my niece that the other day. But this is the one that makes the plan to take what they need to take so they can move forward on their own. The Thief. Are you going to rob yourself by not having what your priorities are? Check your priorities. Cover your ass. This is a CYA card. Cover your ass. Check your priorities. Don't rob from yourself time or resource. You're going to need to balance it out. It's going to be a challenge. Let what was ended end, but don't let everything else be contingent and waiting forever on something that is external to your control. Take the steps forward. You're going to do okay. Don't just be waiting for it to be served on the platter, because you won't see it coming anyway. The universe is trying to gift you something. Again, don't be waiting for it to be served on the platter. You will act. I don't think you're going to do it in the next month, but I think something is coming up, and it's coming up big. I would be interested to see what happens towards the end of October. From now until October 7th, nothing is happening, nothing is changing. It's going to feel hellish. Decide that you're going to take the fool's path and trust the universe. The end of October, things are going to start shaking up a little bit more in a good way. Yeah, there's going to be chaos in the world. Blah, blah, blah. The world's going to be as chaotic as it ever has been. But something else is going to be opening at this time. Towards the end of October. Don't put yourself in shell shock now. This is also you. Feeling overwhelmed, overburdened. Give yourself a breath and a break so you can make smarter decisions for yourself and your family's happiness. Don't let it be contingent on things that are external of your world right now.
Was told I have karma with this land. Is that what holds us here?
I would think so. If you've been told that and you're feeling a little bit frustrated, if the land isn't done with the lessons for you, there might be important lessons that you need to hold on just before you can go. There are certain places, certain spaces of earth, certain patches of grass, patches of earth that hold sacredness for us for a period of time. And it could be that that's part of what's going on there. There could be sacred lessons still to have before you go forward. You will leave that. It's not going to hold you forever. But there might be lessons there that are not yours, but somebody else's to have. You will leave that. You will move on from it. Yeah. And there will be a little bit of loss at the going, but for right now, it's a little bit early to be going. Yeah, look up for the end of October, things to be moving. And you need to let go of some of the grieving of the past and some of the attachment to the past in order to move forward. Yeah, that's what's going to be happening. It's going to be a bit of a climb to do this. I wish I could tell you different. It's not going to be an easy click up, boom, 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 boom. Everything on a platter. It's not going to be on a platter. Look for the gift of your own intuition leading you forward at the right time. And look for this happening more towards the end of October. It's not the first week of October. Hell no, it's not. No. And don't wait to make your plans waiting for somebody else to, move on or leave you the inheritance. Or it's like waiting for the lottery before you start living your life. You've got to be living each day anyway. But you can make plans at your own, and then you can make new plans again after you do win the lottery, This is what it's going to be. It's going to be a bit of a climb, and there is spiritual lessons that are attached to this going forward. That's what I've got. Try not to be shell-shocked or too frustrated and stuck feeling. Let yourself be grounded in the land that you're in, and thank the land for its lessons, and thank the land for having the connection and being there, and the final lessons. Tell them you welcome the final lessons, and you're ready to be released. That's what I've got. I don't know if that makes any kind of sense, but that's what I've got.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said, thank you so much.
You are welcome. Good luck going forward, and I'm sorry you have to wait. Patience sucks.
And Kristen, if you don't know, we do record the show, so if you want to look back on that, read later.
Look on my YouTube channel. We'll upload this show, and it won't be timestamped, but you can scan ahead. This is the Anna K Tarot. So you can look at this, and that's what it is. So
your read's about 45 minutes into the show, somewhere in that area.
Roughly in there. Okay, let me move these trays and we'll get a new tray out. Let me move this back and get a fresh one.
Okay, next up is Brandy, and then Sandra.
Okay.
And Brandy has no question, but she would like a Bones and Tarot read.
Ooh, yay! Okay. All right. Hang on. Brandy, Bones and Tarot. All right. Okay, this is what I love for this. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, yeah. The Bordinsky is a little bit weird going here. Then I want the beasts coming through here. Yeah. We're ready. Hang on. Bordinsky wants through. The bones are in here. I'll throw them in a minute. The Bordinsky wants all of this. Monica Bordinsky is the name of this deck, and it's the Awakened or Awakening Tarot. She's the one that also did, what's it called? This one. She did this one. What was that one called? Fuck if I don't know the name on that. Monica Bordinsky. You guys know the name. I've told you it 1,000 times. All right. Enough. Important. We've got the initiate of air in the subconscious. That's the Page of Swords. And here we have the 3 of Cups and the 5 of Cups coming strongly. This is the 5 of Cups, but the 3 near the top are calling my attention, really, really focused. And if you look, there's like a broken cup. There's cups that are stacked. And then there's a bowl holding it all. How you break the cups is trying to accommodate everyone. Think of 3 of Cups. Don't be any more towards the 5 of Cups. If you over-focus in the 5 of Cups in traditional sense, you're focusing on grief and sorrow, not turning towards the 2. In this particular case, don't worry about the 2 of Cups. Worry about being celebrated, not tolerated. The message of the 3 of Cups comes through more loudly. This is coming through in a huge way for you. The Epiphany, yeah, you can't split and be in 2 worlds. You need to be truer to yourself. The Visionary of the Air, absolutely. Let the butterfly transform. The Visionary of the Air is the King of Swords. You need to transform, do what's best for you. If you're encapsulating a lot of the Queen of Swords energy beforehand, you're cutting the shit and then you're making your plan. All right, let's see what's going on. Let's throw the bones and then we'll throw the beast cards. I want to get them all out of here. What fell down here is the connection to the cosmos has been lost. Now this is interesting. They're rooted in the cosmos, being of the 2 minds. Look again here. Look again here. Look at the duality. The duality is sometimes a lesson that is a contrast lesson, something we need to see. But it's also on this bone, and it's also in here. Being of 2 minds needs to be stopped. You need to let intuition lead you and logic lead you, and let them work together, meld together, rather than be lost. We're putting this to the side. It fell. It's not super relevant, but the fact that it fell, you need to know what it was. So you know, like if you dropped a tarot card, you'd want to know what it was. If you drop a bone, you want to know what it is. The intuition of the past. And look at how this goes on the scales. My God. Okay, you've got the intuition, the higher self, the higher intuition wanting to come through in a strong way. The divine self, the higher self, wants to come through, and it wants to come through. There's a past life version of self that wants to show you something coming through. A past life version of self on a solo mission that you wanted to know. It's a rebalance, recalibration coming through here. What do we got? A rebalance, a recalibration. The past life scarcity, insecurity, and lack and fear needs to be let go of. The sword of truth coming through strongly in the Queen of Cups. Looking back to the place or a past life, be it the one that we've experienced now and you at a younger age, or you centuries before now. There's a sense of scarcity and fear and lack that creates instability, and the truth is bigger than that. The truth is actually stable, and you're ready to move forward. But this jostling, these juggling around doesn't serve you well. You need to cease this. You outgrew this lesson once before. You've outfoxed, outsmarted, and already done this lesson once before. This energy that was, I don't have enough, I don't know if I lack, the gas and groceries thing. Do what is expedient at the time. You can't cover every base all the time. And the striving to cover every base all the time does not serve. Balance the scales by doing what's expedient at the time. What is the problem in front of you right now? That is what needs addressed right now. You don't need to worry about tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. And you don't need to be stuck in the past. Your past, centuries back, learned this, knew this. You need to re-remember now. Re-remember. It will balance and blend. It will balance and blend. Right here is the balance and blend. The heart and the higher self will blend this and know how to balance this. Celebrate the self. Let the 2 minds expose the truth and then unite again. The logic and the intuition need to be paired. Your higher self knows the lessons of the past self, knows the lessons that you struggle with now. Don't take for granted and be taken for granted the things that are the gifts around you or the things that have been up to this point. But now is the time to allow the intuition to lead you equally strongly as the logic, and not be poo-pooed and dismissed and put to the side as if it were small when it's not. Now, we've got a whole lot of bones coming up this way, and then this, and we're going to get into there. But this is how you express yourself, how you express your heart. These two want to come together with the angelic guidance coming through. It is as if this past self of this past way of doing is here to stand as a firm reminder. If you struggled, and say you were struggling in pioneer times and had like no shelter, or you were struggling in Native American times and maybe there was a season where there was not very much food, all of these things created kind of a lack mindset from the past you don't need to hold on to anymore. You've overcome this. You got through it then. You've gotten through it every day up to this point now. Let your heart and your intuition lead you. Let logic also lead you. None of them overpowering or overbearing the other. These two need to come together. These two collide here in the conscious thought. They collide all along the sides with the elements. These three travel together. This is discernment, the three amigos. It's like really, really having the knowledge and the wisdom. The way you create helps you survive, helps you move through things in a strong way. This one off to the side, this is angelic guidance coming through here. This is the three amigos. They aren't perfectly aligned, but they're closely aligned. And this is about how do you co-create? How do you work together in community in order to survive? You do it as a team. The teamwork comes through again. Teamwork is huge important for you right now. Huge important. You can't just allow survival of tribe only to be led by those that would be the thought leaders, spiritual thinkers, that set your goals, blah, blah, blah. There needs to be people that put the nose to the grindstone too. There needs to be a balancing of this and an expression for this balance. You can't just be hippy-trippy all the time and think it's going to always pay the bills. Okay, great metaphor for this. You know the waitress that is also the actress, that she actually spends more time waiting tables, but she's also the actress. There needs to be balance brought. You can't, it's like don't quit your day job just because of spiritual hippy-trippy woo-woo-ness. You need to have more balance. There needs to be more balance. She shouldn't miss the auditions either, but there needs to be more balance. This is more balance. More balance. Speak the truth that you need to speak. Go forward in the way you need to go forward. Let this past scarcity go. Go. It's time for you to create new balance, new harmony, tying things together in a way that fastens the two together, the two sides of self. Lift yourself up in this way. Friendship is more important than you realize right now. And extending that friendship, you're going to have to extend. It's not that you need to be taken for granted or you need to do all the work. I'm not saying that. But you need to extend yourself. There's people that you might not normally slow down to take time to extend yourself that is important for you. It's not just the social circles that are already established. There's something else that is being established within your patterning that's going to have you reaching out in a different way. The Chariot wants to come forward. This is a Chariot on top of the two-headed Pegasus coming forward. Judgment, your higher self wants to move forward.
Could it also mean to allow myself to create more? I've been working all the time lately.
That's good to do, and I wouldn't advise against that, but that's not the vibe I'm getting in these cards. Yes, allow yourself to create more, but allow yourself to create relationships more. You might get inspiration from people that aren't even in your life yet, and they might inspire whatever it is that is the art or the work that you're creating. So you need some of the 3D influence of people, of friends, of others, other humans, and also allow the creation to happen. Don't be so lost in creation. And like, say you want to be writing a novel and it's a NaNoWriMo in November and you're writing your little heart out. You're also missing out on opportunities to maybe go to Thanksgiving or plan Thanksgiving or something, depending on how off balance that is. This is saying balance it. Don't be in scarcity mindset. Allow other influences of real life people, their stories, their truths to spill forward, and you're be big-eared right now. Be big-eared. Be listening, be reaching out. You need to be more involved. It will help add to what it is that is the creative fuel. The higher self is going to be judgment. And if you're lost in creativity, if you're on the creative hot streak, you got to honor the hot streak. I get that. However, that doesn't mean you do this in isolation.
Okay, I misunderstood it, got it now though, and it's so true.
So, and it doesn't mean your creativity shouldn't be priority. Again, the balance has to come through. Then we're getting the King of Pentacles. It feels like if you're balancing some of the input, that you're going to be rewarded and be able to set up more reward for yourself creatively. Nothing is going to be lost on you. If you spend time creating, but you're not going out in nature, you're not going out with friends, you're not going out doing everything else, you're going to be out of balance. And it's asking you to honor that because it's going to reward the other aspects. Anything else?
I self-isolate bad.
Stop it. Yeah. Stop it for now. Stop it for now. Raise yourself up, lift yourself up. And not being the hermit is one of the hardest things for me, so I understand this. When you have to reach out or make yourself go to do something, when you're totally great with your own self, content with your own self, can keep yourself entertained for hours, right? But sometimes we need real life people, humans, and this is what it's calling for. The Emperor, there's victory on this. This is how you really rebel against your own comfort zone. You're getting out of the comfort zone and taking your power and control back in a huge, huge way. This is the Emperor. And this Emperor has the pomegranate in here. Very interesting. It's got the Emperor on the card. Does that say Emperor or does it say Empress?
Empress.
You got the Emperor and it's the Empress card and I'm reading Emperor. So what I'm telling you is Empress or not, the Emperor is coming through. This is how you take your power back. The balance of the divine masculine and feminine that I've talked about before. Big Fat Greek Wedding. She talks about the head turning, the neck turning the head, right? This is how you get this back, is being proactive like the Emperor. Setting up rules, setting up activities that you would do, setting up you need to do this, and relation to others and being receptive to other people coming into your circle is a big thing. That's the sweet stuff. That's the sweet sauce. That's how you win. You combine them both. Anything else? Queen of Pentacles. Know your value, know your worth, and be prepared. And this Queen of Pentacles would have enough in the pantry to make grilled cheese sandwiches for the whole neighborhood. She would. And even if she had like hardly any cheese, she would talk to the people that, hey, bring some of this cheese. Hey, you bring the bread. Hey, I've got one stick of butter, but I've got the skillet. We're going to throw this together. We're going to do some fun. She's going to know what she has, exactly how much she has, and she knows her worth. The Three of Cups celebrates, lifts together, raises a glass. That's what's going on. The Five of Cups. You need to move beyond what has been the blockage. In order to break through that, you need to invite new people, new realms, and put yourself out there in a way that's different than you have been doing. Anything else? The Three Amigos are coming through again. It is a time for expansion of friendship, of growth. The creativity will be there invariably. The angelic thing is just asking you to balance it. Balance it more. Yeah, that's what I've got. That's complete. It's gorgeous. Your creativity continue with. I will never tell anyone not to be creative. But don't isolate. Allow others in. It doesn't mean they have to take over your projects or take over your time or take over your resources. But don't shortchange yourself the fresh inspiration, right? Okay. She's got it.
Wow.
Yeah. Boss. Bossy. I know. The Shadowlands was the name of that other deck by Bordishki, that one. And it's really cute. And this is the Awakening one. And this has a totally different flavor to it. Totally different flavor, but beautiful decks. Beautiful. So that's what we got. And then this one is like the Beautiful Beasts or something. And none of it is peopled in this deck. And this is peopled and animaled and weirded and all of that. So, but yeah, it plays really well with the bones. And these play really well with the bones. Really well. It's like, yeah.
Brady, but thank you so much. This was so needed.
Good. I'm glad it helped. Good.
All right, Sandra, you're next. I need your question when you get a chance. We will keep the list open until after Sandra's read or 1 o'clock, whatever comes first.
Okay. Is that what we're doing, huh?
That's what we're doing, Ange.
Okay. I guess he's the boss today.
And you will be back?
Wednesday. Tomorrow I'm going to hang with my daughter and visit with her and find out about her big adventures, which will be great. So I haven't had enough time to catch up with her, and I've been missing her. So, yeah. That is what is my plan for tomorrow, and it'll be so good. It'll be so, so good. So, all right.
Okie doke, Ange.
Okay, so we're reading for Sandra next?
Yes, and we have her question when you're ready.
I'm not quite ready. Give me just a second. And
Her question is...
I'm not ready yet. You know you're being pushy. To you. 1 second. 1 second, Sandra. Look at it. Let me get some water. Okay, give me the question.
All right, it's a mini read. What do the cards have to say when I will be getting interviews for a new job, or do I have to put in new, I guess? New ones?
You have to put in something new. When will you be getting interviews for a new job? I don't know, but you have to put in something new. It will give your mind a distraction, something to do. It also keeps you from having just one egg in the basket. We're going to the fucking finisher now for you. You have to put in something new. That just comes through as clear as can be. It doesn't mean that that's necessarily going to be the one and the other one isn't going to come through. That's not what I'm saying, but you have to be forward in your momentum. You need to keep that energy, that vibe of forward momentum, so you have to put in something new. You have to keep putting spaghetti on the wall, so to speak. You might be putting your resume in different places, or your job application, or whatever they call it these days. You might be applying multiple different places and waiting on this one that you really, really want, but they're not doing anything really quick. So while you're waiting, you're doing this other stuff, and it keeps this energy of progress there instead of stagnancy. You need to let that vibe be progressive going forward. Okay. What else does she need to know? Job stuff. What does she need to know? You're waiting, patiently waiting. This is what's hard for you right now. You're in the luxurious garden, waiting. But if you worry, you don't keep putting things out. And this one sends the bird out infrequently at different times. She's not freaked out, but she sends the bird out to get a different view of things while she waits. This is you in the waiting mode here, Santa Fe Burger. And this is you, Nine of Gardens, luxury in the garden. You need to keep the abundance vibe flowing and the ability flowing. Eggs in one basket doesn't serve. If your mindset is in that way, it will put you in a lack mindset and doesn't serve. That's what you've been stewing and brewing in. Here's this uncertainty and lack that has been kind of like, think about when tea is steeping in the hot water. The worry doesn't serve. The instability and not knowing doesn't serve. The uncertainty, nobody likes this. But don't steep in it. Keep doing proactive things. The truth will be made clear. The sword in the hand will be made clear. The skill is there. The knowledge is there. The offer is there coming through. The sword of truth is coming through. Consciously, you know what it is that's going to keep you in integrity with yourself, what's going to honor the truth and keep you in alignment. That's what you want. The Six of Cups, subconsciously. You've got a little bit of a more romanticized notion of what you think it is. What you've already put in for, you might have it all sparkly, and this is the ideal or the only. It may not be the ideal or the only, and it may yet be what comes through. I don't know. But what it is the way you're setting this up with the rose-colored glasses about this that's already happened. Don't let yourself be stuck on that. Now here we have the Sun in the recent past and the Page of Swords here. A lot of things being illuminated in the recent past and how you get happiness and how much abundance you can offer in the recent past. Go keep offering it, keep offering it, keep offering it. This is the happiest card in the deck. The huge sun shining on this, the illumination and the knowledge that is in your hand now. Then here, what you've observed, what you've witnessed, what's in your power now. Don't miscommunicate or think harshly. Be listening more than you're talking, and put old school type applications or what's flying through my mind. Paperwork, documents. Put your papers in everywhere. You don't know what's going to come back. Keeps you moving forward in this sun energy. The environment around you, the Knight of Wands charging forward, kind of like the bull in the china shop. Really, really fiery, potent, but can do more damage or more destruction than he means to, right? The inspiration is there. Charge forward, but be a little bit more focused. Apply, put applications everywhere. Focus on what it is that you want to create going forward, not just on one little specific narrow slot, if that makes sense. Hopes and fears. The fears are you're not going to be able to find the Two of Cups, and you will. Here's the traditional depiction of that Three of Cups and Two of Cups there. Don't focus on the past and be wallowed and stuck to what's going on in the past. You might have new opportunities and new offers that are completely different than you expect, and look what the outcome is. Perfect business match coming up. Perfect match coming up. This is the outcome. Anything else on this? Put the paperwork forth. You've seen, you've observed, now you have to bring the paperwork, the information to different places. Listen sharply. What else does you need to know? Trust the universe has you on this in a big fucking way. Big fucking way. You have all the magic, all the skills ready and lined up, ready to go. Perfectly great to line up and ready to go. You're getting keys to the kingdom, the bigger access, the promotion, the higher job. It's like when the Pope gives the monks the keys. You're getting the keys, the VIP pass, right? The backstage pass, the VIP. You got this. This is the bouncer at the club saying, come on in, you're welcome here, right? This is what's coming in. And then the Wheel of Fortune. There is divine timing on this. You don't get to control all the divine timing, but you've dialed it in, dialed it in, dialed in. Wheel of Fortune. Luck is on your side on this one. Fortune is favoring you, whether you know it or not. You're just getting a little bit impatient in the waiting. But Fortune is favoring you. Keep checking things out. Keep throwing things out there. It's all good, as they say. It's beautiful, beautiful. Anything else she needs to know? We're going to the Dugan's Witches. What else does she need to know? What does she need to know in the meantime, while she's doing this? If she takes the route that Angie's bossed her so sufficiently to do, what does she need to know? In the meantime, while you wait, checking the horizon is not a bad thing. It's something that you have to do, something that you'll want to do. Show me your plan, I'll back your play. The universe is supporting this strongly. Don't worry only about the coins. Part of this is in the planning and the creation of the plan and forming it and forging it to be your own. You're forging your own path in a huge, huge way, and it is supported. And it will be rewarded. Don't worry if it looks a little differently than what you expect. It will be supported. It will be supported. You do have to wait. 3 of Wands comes again, and you're at a little bit of a crossroads. Take the blindfold off, honor the emotions, honor the high intuition. A is as good as B, maybe or not, but you have to make some choices, yes. This is a little bit of disappointment, a little bit of waiting, then you have to make a decision. Anything else? The Moon. You're just having a little bit of time where things aren't clear, and you just came out of the sun. You would like everything spelled out and clear as day, and it's not going to be clear as day for a little while. It probably will resolve within a month, but this is what I'm getting. It may even be sooner than a month that it resolves, and it feels like it's sooner than a month. It feels like it's probably 2.5, 3 weeks it helps resolve, but I don't know what this is about. But this period where you don't feel like you can see as clearly feels like about that. I don't know if that's helpful to you or not, but that's what I'm getting. That's complete. Wow. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I love this. This is Dugan's The Witches deck, and this is the Fenestra, and it's gorgeous. This one I took the borders off. I almost bought a backup copy of this, and I kind of probably should have, but okay. You guys know me and my backup copies, how I go, but yeah, that's what I got for you.
Whoa, Angie.
Beautiful. Yeah. Be patient, but sling a lot more mud on the wall and keep yourself going forward and knowing that the universe has you. Yeah.
Okey-doke.
I love it for you. And I love this. I love this. The perfect thing lining up. I love this. That can't be a better outcome card. So, like, that is some damn happy outcome. So.
She said, thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
All right, our list is clear. Do you want to do a collective for the week, or what do you want to do?
We can do a collective for the week. Sure. Let's do that, and then I guess we'll call it.
We'll call it.
Are we going to call it?
Yes.
I think we're about ready to. So, yeah, we'll do a collective for the week. Give me a minute, and I'll put this to the side here. Put this here. We're going to do the Mystical Realm collective for the week. This is a fun one. Okay. I'm getting the collective for the week, and I'm getting the analogy of Leanna Rimes sings all of these lines across my face tell you the story of who I am. That song is beautifully written. It really refers to how you've come so far, the progress that you've made so far, and everything of like the scars that come through, the lines that are there, the things that etch us, that help us become who we are. They're not accidents, they're not mistakes, they need to be honored. Now let's see what the Mystical Realm is saying. We've got this Two of Cups moment, this equal offering that is ready right now for a new start to happen. The High Priestess that's sitting at the gate between the known and the unknown, right in the middle. It's a powerful card. There's secrets yet to be revealed. Sometimes we worry because we wonder how things will unfold. We don't get all the answers at once. We have to have our spiritual lessons, our spiritual growth, and we have to ask different and smarter questions. What is it we're wanting? What is it we've learned from all of this path we've traveled so far? Page of Cups. Some kind of new thing, a new way of creating. This one is master at creating, and a shift in the role that we play, shift in the identity coming forward. And the devil wants to block something. This is like if we look at the past too much or don't honor the past and we go back to the comfort zone, or we stop short. We have this creative spark, but we stop short. The creative spark needs to be honored. The devil can only hold us as long as we let him. The vice or the power of buying into our own bullshit or self-sabotage or going to the old patterning. We know what that is. We know that, that's so great. We know this already. When we can recognize and move through it, take those chains off and move forward, this is what's going to happen. But we have to get creative in order to do it without knowing all the answers. Anything else? This packet comes out as, it is time to charge forward. Charge forward. Not because you want to be battle, you want to be right, or you need somebody else's agenda, or you need conflict. There will be conflict around. Charge forward anyway. Singular focus, singular of mind. Don't be rushing so forward like bull in the china shop. Hold the torch. Lead, lead, lead. Do it in the way as if you are leading like a king would lead forward. There's a little bit of insecurity, lack, and unstableness going on in the energy around. Remember your worth, remember your value. The Queen of Pentacles is here saying you've got this, you've got this, you've got this. Remember this. It's important. All of the chaos and the uncertainty that's around us and the not knowing, that could bust our balls for a long time. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to make us crazy. We can trust that the unknown is okay. We can trust that it will flow, that we will let things unfold how they need to unfold, and we don't have to be afraid. We can create a new way forward. This is what's coming forward. These are huge, huge hope and optimism. And this one wants us to go towards fear or old patterning, and it's just not necessary. That's complete. The Two of Cups is where we're headed. Whether we know each step to get there or not, that is where we're headed. And this will unfold as we ask smarter questions. The wisdom is there. It's ready to go. That's what I've got.
Woo.
Yeah. Huge, huge, huge. The High Priestess will always outdo the devil because the High Priestess knows all the secrets. She knows all what's going on, and she knows the smarter the questions. The devil will just try to keep you this bullshit lie in your old patterning, in your old past. The High Priestess says, you'll come back with the right question eventually. One question leads you to another, to the answer eventually. That's so good.
Okie doke, Ange.
Yeah. So that's what I got for the week. Take it how it will.
Good deal.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right, that is it for today.
It for today,
Angie
guys.
will be back on Wednesday. I will see you guys
Yes.
next Monday.
Okay,
Thanks
that's
for
what we
coming
got
by.
going. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So good to see you.
Yes, and we are out of here, like I said, and you guys
Yeah.
have a great week. And I, like I
And
said,
I'll see you Wednesday at 11.
yep. And like I said, I will see you guys Monday. Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Steph. Thanks,
Thank you,
Chad.
everybody.
Take care, everyone.
Mwah.
See you
Take
next
care.
time.
Bye-bye. Will you turn that part off too?